Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, wherever you are. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. I pray these videos over here are a blessing unto you. Look, I made a video as part of the Q&A series, and listen, if you have a question, just ask it, and I'll extend the Q&A series. Okay? I have no problem with that at all. So ask your questions, drop them below. Let the questions be Christ-centered, please, because that will be the best. Okay. I've made a video in a Q&A talking about how to circumvent the love of money in society. I want to add to that. In order to overcome the love of money that's around you, that includes overcoming financial difficulties and to overcome poverty, all this related to financial stress, all of it. In order to overcome that, you need to be freed from that relief-seeking way of thinking. Because what we call money is just relief. It's relief materialized. That's all it is. And people in the world, because they are relief-centered, they need something physical to touch, to feel alive. That's what money is. That's why those numbers rated on that piece of paper mean so much to them. Look, we are in the world. Okay, if I enter a bus, I pay a fare. I know it's just fictive numbers that are transferred, but okay, it's a convention that has its practical use, so, well, I pay the fare. The same if I go to buy my groceries. I swipe with my bank card, or I pay the coins or the paper with the numbers written on it. I know it's just a convention, but it's a practical convention that we all face. So you acknowledge it's there and you use it, but you don't attach yourself to it. Because remember, what we call money is just relief materialized. So there is no real depth, there's no real quality in it. That's why people that hold on to that materialized relief, they need to have all that luxury. They need to have all the status, all that acknowledgement from others, because that thing is not real. Okay, I want you to understand that. And look, some of you who are watching this video, you think that you need a financial boost. You think that you need some maybe 20,000 euros on your bank account now, so you can go and fix stuff and arrange stuff. You think that's what you need, and indeed your thinking may be practical, that indeed if you have like a boost of currency that you can do a lot of stuff. That's true, but it can be that once you receive that boost and you do those things, that there are more consequences coming afterwards that you don't see. It can be that you want to travel. Let's say you want to travel to China and go to to the rural side, have a deep journey into place where tourists don't come. Let's say that's what you want to do. Okay, that's fine. And let's say you're praying for 20,000 euros to make that journey. You want to make it together with your wife or with some friends. Okay, let's say it happens. You went to China. You've seen places many people don't see. When you leave China, the Chinese state, which is quite Orwellian in the sense they keep a hold on their population, they're going to notice, on a minute, you have this guy who's not a Chinese that came here, he took so many pictures and videos, he has seen stuff that we don't even want Chinese to see, and now he's gone. Now they're going to look who you are, check your passport account, and they'll find out, oh, he's from, let's say he's from Canada. So now you will have southern Chinese people that will pop up around you and befriend you, but they're not really friends, they're agents. Now what has happened? You wanted to make that long journey to China. There's something wrong with that. And you realize it needs currency in order to pay for it. You're realistic in that sense. But here's the thing. You did not foresee all those other consequences that would follow the consequence you wanted to provoke. If you provoke that consequence, your thing will happen, but there will be other stuff that will come along with it that you didn't see. So, in the long run, that boost that you wanted, you don't need it. You're better off without it. Okay? This is just an example I'm giving here. You can think of more examples. For example, Let's say that you have a young man. Okay, this is a common example. Sorry that my examples are a bit boring, but okay, I use common examples because they're useful. Okay, let's say now you have a young man that thinks, well, I need to get more currency, or else I won't have friends because people don't want to hang out with someone that's broke, which is a fact. I'm not going to deny that. So you think you want more currency, and you think if I have more currency, I have more potential to find a mate. Well, that's factual in the world also. But here's the thing. Do you really want to be dependent on currency to have friends and to have a mate? Because if that's what you want, then you are trapped. But let's say now that you have a young man that thinks that way, and he begins to pray and pray. But let's say he's not a believer. He's a Buddhist or he's a Shintoist or whatever religion he's holding on to. Then one day he encounters people that tell him about the secret, about the law of attraction and all those pagan stuff. Now what happens now is that guy begins to use it. He thinks, what do I have to lose? So he tries it. After a month, nothing happening. He thought, well, this is BS. But then, 2 months after he stopped, he started earning more money at the job. He started receiving tips from random customers. So now he realized, whoa, things are working. And because things are working, he realized, hold on a minute. That law of attraction, that those methods, those spiritual methods, they work. So what happens now? He wants to use them more. And you can't blame him because he doesn't want to remain in his hole. He doesn't want to remain with frustrations. And because he now has relief from frustration, he thinks, whoa, it works. So he keeps using them. And what happens now? He indeed gains a lot of currency. He starts his own business. After 5 years, he has around 300,000 euros, free money. He has his own house, and he is about to get married because he is already engaged. So you may think now, whoa, it all worked out well. Look at the bigger picture. He had a sudden increase in currency. That drew a lot of attention to him. And most of that attention, most of it is negative intended. Because people are jealous of him, they are jealous or envious, however you want to call it, and a lot of people want to benefit from what he has. And his new bride, who becomes his wife, his family-in-law, that means the family of his wife, they are greedy. And his mother-in-law especially is the greedy one. So his family-in-law becomes a financial burden onto him, and they are using his currency to do all kinds of illegal activities. So you see already that this is a bad situation and it's getting worse. So what happened now? That guy thought a financial boost would be good for now. Hold on a minute. He didn't look at the bigger picture. If he would have looked at the bigger picture, he would have realized that his thinking had to be renewed. And secondly, he would have realized that the outcomes he wanted to have were not outcomes that he should want because they're not worth it in the long run. Okay, so be freed from the love of money. Don't rely upon that materialized relief that is materialized on paper or on coins or just on a computer screen. Don't be attached to it. You do encounter it almost daily, so you can't avoid it. So don't begin to fight against it because that develops an aversive attachment, which is an attachment nonetheless. It's there, use it for practical reasons, but don't let it use you. Don't let demons use you through it. Well, that's it for now. Agree with Christ and be at peace.